All right, dream trippers and friends, welcome to Travel Tuesday. It's the 1st of August, so happy horse's birthday for all of our horsey people who are online. I know that there's a few of you. So Travel Tuesday. So of course, tonight's call is all about travel. I'm just going to unmute everybody in the background just in case there's some background noise coming through. So for those of you who haven't met me, hi, I'm KickAss Kylie. I'm the crazy fun out of the box mum based in the Whitsundays, and I absolutely love to travel. And DreamTrips, which is what the community that we're all a part of, our crazy fun travel tribe of high vibe peeps, I've been a part of now for 8.5 years. And I've checked off over 40 trips, saved a bucket load as I've checked off my bucket list, and I've met some of my best friends all around the world who we now call our travel family. So tonight we're going to kick off and talk about one of our dream trips that is up and coming. And I'm going to get KB to share as well, because we will actually be the co-host for this Whitsundays Dream Trip, which we are super excited about. And what we wanted to do tonight is show you the dream trip so you know what it is that you're coming to, so you can get excited. You can share it on social media with confidence, invite others to come with you. But we also wanted to share some logistics for that trip and some potential add-on tours or add-on activities, restaurants and things that we can help provide for you. Some of the things we recommend you definitely book in advance. So with that said, I'm going to share my screen and actually show you our DreamTrips website first and foremost. So just in case you haven't seen that before, dreamtrips.com is our website. Now you can see at the moment there's a bunch of dream trips on here, but it says log in for price because I haven't actually logged in. So even if you're not a member, you can go to dreamtrips.com and you can actually see all of the dream trips that we currently have in our portal. Now, Dream Trips, of course, is only one part of what we offer. We have our own travel platform as well. So if I click on hotels, I better just log in first and foremost. If I click on hotels, it's going to take me through to our online booking portal. Whoops. Hopefully I've got the right member number and passwords and things. So you can see now I'm into Dream Trips and it's actually showing me the pricing. But if I click on hotels, it'll take me through to our member booking portal where we get to book everything at wholesale prices, and everything that we pay to become a member of our club, we get triple that back in travel credit that we can use towards these bookings. So you can see that you can book everything, and this is a member only platform. You can see I've got over $3,000 in member loyalty credit that I can actually use towards hotel savings, buying those rates down by up to 60%, which is pretty cool. And yeah, it's super easy. You can just pop in all your details there. And when you do a booking of hotels, of course, you get 25% back, which is really cool as well. So tonight I'm going to go back to our Dream Trips portal. Now, before I show you this dream trip, I know there's a bunch of us online tonight who are actually, I'm leaving in 2 days. Some of you are leaving on Sunday, but we all fly out of Sydney Airport Monday morning to head to Punta Cana for our 1-year anniversary dream trip. So we're just a little bit excited about that. And one of the member benefits, if you're a priority member, which is what we all are, we can actually go to, our concierge, which of course has just suddenly disappeared on me. Oh, here it is. Seriously, I apologize. I have a menopause brain right now. So it's like my eyes and brain and mouth don't seem to connect up very well at the moment. But through here, we've got access to our concierge, but we've also got access to our airport lounge passes. So you can see here, airport lounges. We can click on here and we actually get access to over 1,300 lounges across 600 airports around the world. So when you book in, for us, that's absolutely free. It's one of our member perks. And we get 3 hours, all you can eat, all you can drink, all of the incredible facilities that each of the lounges have. Some of them even have like spa treatments and pools and things. So we are going to be living it up in all of the lounges from here to Punta Cana and back. So we're pretty excited about that. But let's have a look at our Whitsundays Dream Trip. So here we go. Now, for those of you who've been around for a little while who actually joined in our pre-launch before the $1 promo started, you guys will have some DreamTrips points, which is like DreamTrips dollars. So on this booking, you can actually apply up to 178 DreamTrips points, which comes off the price of the trip, which is pretty cool as well. So this one is the 5th to the 9th of October. And we are staying in the heart of Ellie Beach at the Whitsunday Terraces. So when you click on this, you'll see this is, we've got a day tour, a full day tour out to the Great Barrier Reef on ocean rafting, the little yellow ducks. And oh my goodness, they have 700 horsepowers, and they go super fast and they're super fun, and it allows us to cover a lot of territory real fast. So not only are we going to be doing literally ocean rafting and doing donuts and having lots of fun and playing in each other's wakes, because we've actually booked out 2 boats, which is going to be lots of fun. We'll have 2 snorkel tours. We're going to do a tour up to the top of Hill Inlet, which is where you see all of those famous photos looking out over that beautiful lookout in the teal waters. And depending on the tide, you get all the sand going through there. It's just absolutely beautiful. This is the pool at the Anchor Bar, which is part of the Whitsunday Terraces where you'll be staying, and you'll have that view. That's the spa and pool at the Anchor Bar, which is part of Whitsunday Terraces. And we'll have lunch on Whitehaven Beach, which is one of the top beaches in the entire world. So you can see here it's got what's included. This is a family-friendly trip, so you can bring your kids. Now, Kath and I will be there to greet you on day 1 to make sure that you're all checked in and welcomed. You've got your breakfast every day included. Day 1, we'll have a welcome reception with our signature cocktail, a dreamsicle. So you'll get to meet and hang out with some of your fellow dream trippers. And I know for some of you, we've seen each other online, so it's going to be so exciting to be able to meet in person for the first time, which I know many of us did down at Gari, our Fraser Island dream trip. Day 2, we're putting our tour right smack bang on the first full day of your dream trip, and that's that full day to Whitehaven Beach. And everything's included on that tour. So you've got your morning tea, your lunch, your afternoon tea, all of your snorkel gear, everything you need. You just got to bring your camera and your sunscreen, but they'll even provide sunscreen for you as well. They'll also have the stinger suits for you, and we have the full photo package. So the host for that trip, they'll have cameras. Kath and I will have our cameras as well. So we'll make sure that we capture all of the best shots, which is going to be magnificent. So you'll see you've then got day 3 at your leisure, and there is so much to see and do. So Kath and I are going to share a bunch of activities as optional extras, or you can just lounge by the pool or just enjoy Ellie Beach, because there is so much to do right there at your fingertips as well. Day 4, you've got another day at your leisure, but that's where we have our farewell dinner, and we're taking you to one of my favorite places, Whispers Restaurant Gin Bar. So that's going to be super cool. And then day 5, you've got brekkie and then and checkout. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen for just a moment. And first of all, let's talk logistics of how to get here. So we actually have 2 airports that you can fly into that are super close. So the first one is the Whitsundays Airport. So the airport code for that is PPP, because it's actually at Proserpine. And that's about a 25, 30-minute transfer into Ellie Beach, where the hotel is. The other option, depending on where you're based, is you can fly into Hamilton Island Airport. And the airport code is HTI. The really cool part about flying into Hamilton Island is it's an hour ferry that brings you back into the heart of Ellie, and it's literally like just up the hill to where you're staying. So you'll need to let us know through the portal, the DreamTrips portal, what your flight details are, to make sure that we've got the logistics of your airport transfers included. Now, I know some of you are actually flying in or flying out of Townsville. So Townsville is about a 3-hour, 15-minute drive north from here. And then you've also got Mackay Airport, which is about an hour 45, so if you say 2 hours south. So you can come into Mackay Airport and hire a car and drive up 2 hours. Or if you do Townsville, that also opens up Magnetic Island. And I just spent 4 days on beautiful Magnetic Island, and it is incredible. It's I went there once before when I was 21 on a Kentucky tour, and I was blown away by how amazing it was. Like real world-class restaurants. So if you're wanting to go to Magnetic Island, let me know. I stayed at Peppers Blue. So as you catch the ferry across, the resort's right there on the water opposite the IGA. You've got a full IGA on the island as well, which is great. There's also a great fort walk, which you actually see the forts from many, many years ago. The views were spectacular, but my favorite part of that walk was the koalas. Like we actually saw so many koalas up close and personal, and that was really fun for the kids to be koala spotting, not to mention the spectacular views and the history on that walk. And of course, great to get the heartbeat pumping. It is up a hill, so great for the exercise as well. Now, if you love snorkeling, there were also some great snorkel spots at Magnetic Island. And if you want to do that, I can give you some pointers. You can hire gear up there, or you can take your own. We always take our own. Ocean rafting will be providing all the snorkeling gear for our trip, by the way, so you can bring your own or just use theirs. But Magnetic Island, you could literally snorkel off the beach. So we did 2 snorkels at 2 different bays. So again, I can give you the details of those. And there's also a heap of rock wallabies. So we got really up close and personal. You can feed them carrots. And we got some really great photos of them as well. If you're a golfer, there's a golf course there too. So just that I would share. Oh, and you can feed the rainbow lorikeets and they jump on your shoulder and stuff. So for something different, if you're wanting to add on a few days, Magnetic Island was amazing. Great for fishing as well if you want to pack the fishing rods. So just to give you a few options. So if we come back to our Whitsundays trip, staying at Ellie Beach, of course, you're in the heart of the Whitsundays. And the best part about the Whitsundays is the Great Barrier Reef. And so that's why we've organised that full day tour out to the reef on ocean rafting, which of course is by water. But the other cool add-on that you can do, it's not cheap, but definitely worth it. And that is to add the flight where you actually fly out to the outer reef and also see the heart of the reef, which is absolutely incredible as well. Kath, I know that we've got so many different add-on tours that we're going to share with everybody. So would you want to tag team? Like what would be your, after ocean rafting and the flight, what would be your next favorite activity that you'd recommend people to do?
There's so many amazing things to do. So I was just writing a few things down. So I think for those of you who are interested in seeing more around town and look at more of the land-based things that you can have a look at while you're here, there's a great company called Driftwood Tours. They do varying degrees of day trips. They'll go up as far as Bowen, and also just a 2-hour drive around Airlie and Shute Harbour and give you all history as well, which is really fascinating. So Shireen is the lady who owns and operates.
Shireen is lovely.
She's been in the area for a really long time. She actually used to work on the cruise boats, so she knows the area extremely well. So I would highly recommend her tour. She does all sorts of, thank you, Carl, put that in the chat there. So that's certainly something that you should, there we go. So there you go. The 2-hour Best of Airlie highlight tour is $65 per person. It's a really great tour just to get your head around what all about the history of Airlie Beach and the local town. So also there is a private tour there, so it might be something that you can all chip in or get a group of you together and go and do that together and split the costs. That's also another another thing that you can look at doing.
And if there are, if anyone does want to do these, feel free to reach out to Kath and I, because if there's a group, we'll probably be able to get a better price as well and book out the whole coach. I think she's got about a 12-seater van, is it, Kath, from memory?
I believe so, yeah. Might be a 16.
Yeah. So whilst the highlights tour around Ellie's great, we've also got the falls. So, I mean, if it's raining, the falls at Cedar Creek are absolutely beautiful, but if they're not flowing, then it's kind of, you don't really want to go. Cape Gloucester Resort at Hideaway Bay is also one of my favorite places to go, and you can have lunch there, or at Dingo Beach Hotel, which is also a real iconic Aussie kind of a spot to go. The other place that you can do, which I know that we can book through Driftwood Tours if we've got a group, and you'll have to help me, Kath, because I'm trying to remember the name. It's the Aussie Farm, where they can do the farm experience.
Oh, Brettle's Wildlife Farm. Yep.
Yes. And it's amazing, especially for families. It's very hands-on. So if you think Australia Zoo, but like really boutique on a smaller scale, but really hands-on, family run, that's another really great spot if you want to get a photo cuddling a koala, holding a crocodile, you know, all the iconic kind of Aussie kind of things to do. So there's some really cool land-based things. But the other thing to remember about Ellie, so now I'm going to kind of go a bit further, like not so much family-friendly, but the nightlife. Like Ellie Beach is the heart of live music in Australia. So it's the place to go for food, for cocktails, for live music. Every night of the week, there's always live music somewhere. And it's one of the things that Kath and I absolutely love. So where you're staying, I wonder if I can bring up a map. Where you're staying at the Whitsunday Terraces is right in the middle of town. So you're actually up the top of a hill. So the views are incredible. Let me see if I can just open this up for you. Here we go. Is this helpful, guys? Like, we just wanted to give you a little bit more info so that you could really plan your trip to get the best out of it while you're here. Let me see if I get rid. Yep, that's it. Okay. So Ellie Beach. So Kath and I live kind of Cass there and I'm here, kind of ish. So this is the heart of Ellie Beach right in here. And you guys are staying, oh my goodness. Where are we, Kath? Up here somewhere. Ish. Oh my goodness, every time I move my mouse over it. Up here. You're up here somewhere. Oh, maybe. Anyway, you're right in the middle of town. Oh, there's the sailing club. Sorry. It'll be up here-ish.
You're actually overlooking, the sailing club and boat haven.
Absolutely. So it's a really great position where you guys are actually staying. So I'm just going to see if I can make it bigger. There we go. Okay. So from there, from in town, a really easy walk, you've got Boat Haven Beach. It's also called New Beach. You can swim there. It's totally safe. There's lots of shells that you can collect from there. Not really much snorkeling, though, from the beach here at Ellie. You've really got to go out on a tour to get the snorkeling, unfortunately. Whitsunday Sailing Club has got beautiful views, lovely sunset from there as well. And that's actually where I did my coxswains, so it's a special place for me. If we kind of stay in town, Kath, where's your favourite next spot?
Oh, how about KC's? Not only have they got amazing steak for all the meat eaters, they also have live music every night of the week. So Absolutely. It's a really great spot. It is kid-friendly to a point. I mean, it is, but obviously you're not going to stay there super late when you've got kids, but live music every single night. So if you're into listening to some pretty cool musicians, it's definitely a good place to go.
Yep, no, for sure. So there we are, your Whitsunday Terraces, which is right here, and KC's is, oh my goodness, about here, which is really close. Another really cool restaurant that I love, so you've got Ellie Beach Hotel here, the pub, which is really popular.
Also has great live music.
live music every night as well. But right here on the roundabout in the middle of town, there's a place called Cool La La, which has got like Asian-inspired food and great cocktails. It's a really great place to go as well. But is it the third night, Kath, we were thinking there's a restaurant. It's just changed locations. So they're kind of doing their new grand opening and it's way bigger and family friendly. Did you want to talk about that, Kath?
Yes. So Micah is the name of the restaurant. Like Kylie said, they've literally just moved and they've just reopened or just reopening. It's a Mexican style restaurant, super kid friendly. They've got vegan options and all sorts of things. So we'll cater to quite a few dietary requirements there as well. It is in a beautiful old building that's been there a million years. And it was actually part of an old travel agency in there, but it's upstairs overlooking the water as well. So it is literally opposite right there where the Ellie Beach Hotel is. It's like right next door to that. So super close to the Whitsunday terraces, definitely walking distance. But like we did when we're on our Gari trip, when I put it out there and said, hey, who wants to have dinner at the Asian restaurant tonight? And all of a sudden, everybody wanted to do it. Well, we thought we would put it out there a little bit earlier and give the restaurants notice this time rather than 5 minutes beforehand, and see who would like to possibly do that as a group dinner on the third night.
Absolutely. Now, you've got this is the main Ellie Beach here. You've got the sailing club. It's a massive park here for the kids as well. This is where they have the markets on the weekends. So all again, like within a really short walking distance of where you guys are. And the Anchor Bar where you're staying is also incredible. We actually had KB's birthday there last year. So it's fantabulous. Now, from town, you can literally walk along the waterfront. There's like a boardwalk that comes all the way through. You've got Coral Sea Marina Resort here, which is lovely. Great restaurant. There's a beautiful jetty that you can capture the most magnificent sunsets and have cocktails. And then you can keep walking around. And Kath and I have got two absolute favorite spots here. One of them is Sorrento's, but my favorite is Garden Bar. And Garden Bar, I think, has the prettiest sunset looking out over the marina, which is absolutely beautiful. And you can walk there, or literally everything's like $10 in a taxi because it's all nice and close as well.
We have maxi taxis available as well.
Yep, for sure. And you can hire scooters, hire cars, all the things. Okay, so that's a little bit about some restaurants. There are so many restaurants, so much live music. You could do a hop and have a drink at everyone and you wouldn't be able to walk for a week. Like, there's plenty to see and do. And it's all great. So we recommend it all. But again, if you've got any specific things that you're interested in, just ask us and we're more than happy to answer questions. But there's some other cool, fun things to do as well. So KB, do you want to talk about the other cool, fun land things like the tuk-tuks and the Segway?
Oh, yes. So there's a couple of great tours. But first of all, before we get into the fun stuff, for those of you who like walking and exploring nature, we've got some awesome walks here. One of them that is out at towards Shute Harbour called the Coral Beach Walk, which I think from memory is about 3Ks all up, and you walk down to a beach and back again. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a relatively easy walk. Not a lot of rocks or anything that you've got to navigate, so that's great. And there's also the Ellie Creek Track, which is another one. Kylie, how would you rate that in comparison to
compared to the one we did in Hawaii? It is so freaking easy.
Yeah, so they're relatively easy walks. They're relatively short, but you get a bit of an idea of the scenery around anyway. So that's one thing. Yeah, the tuk-tuks. So these guys are a bit crazy, but they're kind of fun.
Not as crazy as us, but they're crazy.
Well, they'd be crazier if we were in them, right?
True.
You can just imagine Jeff's laughing. He's like, oh no. So the tuk-tuk tours, have you got a link there for that, Kyles? Maybe you want to share that?
One moment, please. Just give me a second. I was like listening to you instead of actually getting it.
That's okay. So they do all sorts of little tours around town, and again, give you a bit of information about town. And I think they're like either an hour or an hour and a half tours. And they also do progressive dinner tours as well, which I haven't done, but look kind of fun. So, oh, there we go.
They are.
Just looking around.
And these guys are a wealth of knowledge of our local area. So that's what I love about them, is they just know so much. And every time you go, you can have a different driver, and you'll learn something new. So there's Ellie Beach in the background there. That's that boardwalk. That's the jetty in the background I was telling you about. Yeah, it's stunning.
So you get a great tour of town and some local knowledge as well, which is kind of cool. The other thing is the segways as well. So for those of you who are, I have never been on a Segway. I think that it's not something that I would be, yeah, not my cup of tea. Oh, I've lost you, sorry. Can you guys see me? I can't see you now.
Yeah, still got ya.
Oh, what have I done? Here we go. No, I've lost you again. Anyway, I can't see you.
I can hear you, Kath.
That's okay. So the Segway tours, that again, the same thing. You get a tour around town, which is kind of fun. So I think that's also another thing that the kids as well would be kind of a good thing for you to do if you've got kids. I really don't know where I've gone with my Zoom now. That's just there we are. I found it. There you go. And the other thing I was going to talk about was the croc tours. Now the Proserpine River, I believe, I've been told, now whether this is a local story or not, I don't know, but I have been told that the Proserpine River is the most populated river in Australia with crocodiles, anywhere in Australia. So if you want to see a croc, go on the croc tour. Our mate Rixie is actually one of the skippers on the boat that takes you out on the croc tours. So if anyone's interested in doing that, if you haven't seen croc up close, that might be.
And it's a traditional barbecue lunch with a billy tea and damper, and like the lunch is incredible. So yeah, that's really awesome as well.
Now, for those of you who like the water, there are other based tours to do as well. This is one of them.
I highly recommend a jet ski tour, guys. Oh my goodness, the jet skiing is so much fun. And there's different tours. So you can't actually hire a jet ski, but anyone can do these tours. You don't need a jet ski license because they're all guided, and they'll take you on different tours depending on what you book. So you've got the Early Adventure, which is just the little short one. It's an hour and a half. And you'll see turtles, and it's a really good entry-level one. 2 Island Safari is really cool. So you'll actually go to a couple of islands, so Daydream and South Mole. This is probably my favorite, where you go to Palm Bay Resort. That's a 3-hour jet ski tour. You need to be a bit fitter, especially if the weather blows up. That one can be a little bit more gnarly. These ones are a lot closer. It's a 2-hour one. But look, you will have so much fun.
You don't need a jet ski license. No, because they are guided tours, you don't need a license. And they provide you with the life jackets and all of that as well.
Absolutely. So yeah, they are brilliant. And again, that's not far from where you're staying. So they'll either pick you up, or we can coordinate that for you as well. Do you want to talk about Chimera, Kath?
Sure.
I'm just going to just a second.
I will find this one, put it on the screen. So Chimera is a massive 80-foot purple catamaran, which leaves from the Portobello. So again, super close walking distance from your accommodation. This is a great fun day. Now, it's all inclusive as well. So you get your beautiful lunch. The lunch was actually fabulous. It was a barbecue lunch, which they cooked on the boat.
There was so much food, morning tea,
food.
snacks, lunch, afternoon tea.
It was crazy amount of food and fabulous as well. So we went to, Kylie and I chose not to go snorkeling that day.
We chose to go drinking because it was my birthday.
We chose to go drinking because it's all-inclusive alcohol on this trip as well. So for those of you who don't mind a drink, this is a great opportunity to get out there. Obviously, they won't let you drink if you are planning on snorkeling. You have to snorkel first and then you can drink.
Bottomless esky just keeps magically refilling.
I know. We tried to drink it dry. It didn't work. So you also get to go to Whitehaven Beach here on this one as well. It is a magnificent tour. You obviously, with the sail, it's just a really different tour to the ocean rafting, a lot slower, a lot cruisier. The only thing with that one is you are out in the sun. So unless you've got a spot under the sail there or inside the boat, it can be quite a warm day. So I would definitely recommend taking a hat and sunscreen and something to cover up with. Just a beautiful sail around these magnificent islands of ours. It's just, that's absolutely, definitely worth doing, I would say. Definitely highly recommend that one.
For sure. And look, guys, there's plenty of other things too. You can hire a yacht, you can hire a boat, you can go diving, you can go deep sea fishing. There's a reef sleep. Reef sleep's adults only, so you can actually go and stay overnight on the reef, which is amazing. There's a couple of different levels of that. They've got the underwater rooms. They've got the ones where you sleep under the stars. So many options. So yes, you boys can organize a fishing charter there. They've got sunset tours. Like, there is so much to see and do in our beautiful part of the world. We absolutely love it. And of course, you can also just do absolutely nothing. For those of you with kids, we've got the lagoon in the middle of town, which is really beautiful as well. So just so much to see, do, and experience. So here's what I would suggest is sit down with whoever it is that you're traveling to the Whitsundays with and actually ask, like, what do you want to see, do, and experience on your holiday here? Now, for me, I would say the number one highlight absolutely is the Great Barrier Reef. So we've got you covered with the ocean rafting tour, but I'm a Pisces, so I think I'm a mermaid. I love the water. So, of course, I'm always going to be more attracted to the water-based activities because I figure you can see a koala or a kangaroo anywhere. But again, it depends what you're into. If you absolutely love animals, then hey, like, there's so many land-based options. Like, it's all incredible. So I think KB and I could talk about the Whitsundays for 5 years with a mouthful of marbles underwater and still have more things to share. But have you guys got any questions that you would like to ask us that we can answer, with regards to anything to do with this region? Trish, over to you, beautiful lady.
So we've never been there, obviously. So, and we're coming to Townsville for a couple of days to catch up with a girlfriend of mine prior, so that's great.
Nice.
But we're just wondering, if we was to hire a car from Townsville, can we drop it off somewhere in Airlie Beach? Like, is there a car hire place?
Great question. Yes. So are you either a plus or a priority member? That would be a really good question to ring our concierge.
Ask them. I'm just a whatever the first one is, the $70 one, standard.
Okay. Well, in that case, you can't ring concierge. What I could do is put you in contact with Georgina, who is our Australian travel provider that's putting this trip together.
Right.
And Georgie can probably help out with car hire and organise a one-way drop-off.
Lovely.
Yeah, I'm sure that would be a problem at all.
And also my second question is, we're staying an extra night afterwards because we're catching a 10 o'clock plane out of Proserpine Airport the next day. Would we catch a taxi from wherever we are to the airport, or how would we get from
are you staying at the same hotel?
Oh, I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
Probably
if you
not.
stay at the same hotel and it just extend the extra night, your airport transfers are still included as part of your dream trip. If you're changing hotels, a lot of the hotels do organise the airport transfers, but Kath and I recommend Heart of the Reef. So literally Heart of the Reef. The transfers will pick you up at pretty much any hotel and take you to the airport. So
is that the transfer company?
I'll just chuck it in there.
Thanks, Kath.
Yeah. Do you know, can we stay another night at that hotel, or are they fully booked, or you don't know, or how's that work? I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, so normally you've got the ability to book that through the portal when you book the dream trip. But if you want the extra night, again, I popped it in the chat. Let me just grab you Georgie's email address, and you can just email George email her the car hire and the extra night question. Just let her know that you booked the dream trip, and you can also ask the airport transfer question as well, and she will be able to organise that for you.
So Trish, Georgina was the lovely lady that you met on our call last night.
Lovely. Yeah.
Okay, just so you know who you're talking to.
Yeah, I thought that might have been who it was.
Yeah.
And I know that like Avis have got a car hire place here in town, so it's quite probable that you would be able to organise, and depending on the car hire company, I'd imagine, Trish, but you would be able to do a one-way trip and drop the car off. That I don't imagine it would be a problem.
Yeah. But Georgie can help you with that anyway, and just book that directly through her.
Can you message me her details?
I've just popped it in the chat. Lovely. Here
I'll
on
screenshot it.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Okie dokie. Any other questions? Anyone?
No, but I have to mention. I do have to mention, like Sue Cooper here said in the comments, like we're going snorkeling with crocodiles. Is that right?
We are not going snorkeling with crocodiles. We're going snorkeling with sharks and stingrays and turtles.
We'll make it happen, Sue. It's okay.
You stay on the boat with the crocodiles. No, you stay on the boat while the crocodiles are in the water, the mud.
Pretty sure that Proserpine Creek, or whatever it's called, is connected to the ocean.
It is.
Therefore, crocodiles in the creek can swim.
Crocodiles are lazy asses, and they don't go out very far, so they stay close to the shore.
No,
so as long as you don't go swimming at the beach, you'll be fine. Out where we go snorkeling, you just got to worry about sharks, but they'll be all right.
Hey.
So we'll give you the Steve Irwin experience.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. Funny.
Oh, Diane is asking, how full is the dream trip at the moment?
Okay, so because we announced it to the world, and I'm such a great promoter because I love the Whitsundays, there are people outside of our team booking this trip. Which is amazing. And I've got to tell you, Georgina is freaking out that we're going to run out of rooms. So please book as fast as you humanly can, because there is a chance if you don't book it that you are going to miss out. And because we've had to change resorts, we don't have as much capacity at this new resort as the old resort. So yeah, I think the actual booking deadline is the 11th of August anyway. So we've only got 10 days, but that's only subject to availability. So yeah, get onto it as soon as you can. Yes, Trish?
I feel like I'm at school. that same hotel for an extra night, that's not part of the dream trips. Can we then use our points from the portal to book that extra night at that same hotel?
So if you book through the portal, you've got to book through the portal because that's separate to Georgina. So Georgina can give it to you at the same DreamTrips rate as what we've got it. Or, yeah, by all means, book it. Some of the hotels you can't book through the portal. So, yeah, jump online and have a look if you can extend that. Absolutely.
If we booked it through the portal, are we still entitled to the airport transfer?
I'm sure we can figure that out. Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'll have a look at both.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
No, that's totally fine. It's going to be the best trip, guys. It really is. I'm so excited. Like when we went to Hawaii and we went snorkeling, and I've got to say the snorkeling in Hawaii where we went on our day tour was shit compared to what you guys are going to experience here. And I can say that because I've done both. And I remember like my highlight of the Hawaii trip was seeing Jeff, who's on the call with us tonight, snorkel for the first time with turtles and stand up, and like I thought Jeff was gonna cry. Like he was just so excited, like a 6-year-old kid, like I just swam with the turtle. Like he was just, to see the excitement and joy on his face, to feel that and to know that Jeff had that experience, like for me, like that just made my heart sing. And, you know, Kath and I are so excited to give all of you that experience. You know, you're going to find Nemo when we go snorkeling. You're going to probably swim with turtles. Like there's just so much to see. It's going to be absolutely incredible.
And is that okay to take your kids snorkeling? Can they snorkel as well?
Oh,
absolutely.
Awesome.
If you can't swim, don't go in the water. You're going to die. You're going to drown.
No, my boy can swim. He's like a fish.
But look, the tour is great. Like they've got noodles, so you can put noodles under your arms, which helps you float. For the kids, or if you're not a great swimmer, you can actually wear a life jacket as well, because when you're snorkeling, you float on the water. It's not like you're going under, well, you can, but yeah, it's incredible. Oh, the gropers, oh my goodness. So the gropers, they're actually called a Maori wrasse, and they are incredible. So I don't know if you guys have actually seen. Let me see if I can find it.
There is a groper that hangs out. It's a Queensland groper that hangs out at Whitehaven Beach as well. I have had him swimming under my boat, and I was feeding him sausages off my barbecue, and he was very impressed with that.
Yeah, there's another massive one off Hook Island as well, and there's another one out. So you can also do a full day tour with Cruise Whitsundays out to the Great Barrier Reef. So that's a full day tour to the outer reef, which is also amazing. So my first, well, not my first, but one of my first dream trips was for my daughter's 9th birthday. We stayed at Hamilton Island, and we're going to talk about the islands with you guys in a second as well. I'm just scrolling through, seeing if I can actually find the photo. Oh my goodness, Hamilton Island was amazing. And we did that for Leo's 9th birthday. Her birthday, which was to cuddle a koala. There's like a little zoo at Hamilton Island. Actually, let me just share my screen and I'll show you. So this was our Hamilton Island dream trip. So that's back in the You Should Be Here days. So we actually ordered a stretch limo for our airport transfer. So this is the vessel that you'll go out to the reef, and you actually go out to Reef Safari, which is this. So you'll hook up here to the pontoon for the day. And then this dude here, you get to swim with him. So this was us snorkeling with Leo. And where's the $1 million photo? Here it is. We'll go this one. Look at this. Like, just absolutely look at it. Like, she's so, look at the coral. Look at that. Look at the eyes, the look on her face. That was the shot of the day. And, you know, to give that experience to her for her 9th birthday, like, just absolutely amazing. That was the very first time Leo had ever snorkeled. She was only 9. You can see she's got the life jacket on there. She saw that fish and she just went for it. Like, it was just amazing. This is Whitehaven Beach on a not so great day. We did a half-day tour to Whitehaven, but you guys will get that as part of ocean rafting anyway. I mean, this is back in 2016, so it's quite a, you know, while ago. Sailing club at Hamilton Island. Hamilton Island is amazing, guys. Like, I would highly recommend, if you're wanting to add on somewhere, Hamilton Island's fantastic. If you're wanting a romantic couples kind of a retreat, adults only, I'd also recommend Hayman Island. That's where the rich and famous stay. If you want what I believe is the #1 lunch in the Whitsundays, it's like a bit of a packed lunch to get there, but Hamilton Island Golf Club, which is actually on its own island, on Dent Island, you do have to book way in advance. So you'd want to book that on your free day or add on an extra couple of nights at Hamilton Island. The lunch there is spectacular. The views, like 360-degree views from the golf course of the Whitsundays. They'll give you a tour. You jump in a golf buggy after lunch and you go 9 holes in a golf buggy. If you're a golfer, it is one of the most spectacular golf courses in Australia, in the world. You probably need about 3 dozen golf balls, though, if you play like me. And there's lots of snakes. So if you lose your ball, you do not want to go chasing it because there's probably 10 snakes between you and your ball over there. But the food there is spectacular. So you've got to get to Hamilton Island, which is an hour ferry ride from the mainland. Then it's like about a 15-minute ferry from Hamilton Island across to Dent Island. And it is like the most exquisite food and experience for lunch in the Whitsundays. So if you do want to do that, make sure you book in advance.
Is that adults only as well, that one?
No, you can take kids as well. And it's a 2-course meal. I think it's like $75 or $80 or something for a set 2-course, but you can add on extras and stuff. But it is incredible food, an amazing experience, amazing views. Highly, highly, highly recommend that as well. Daydream Island, if you're wanting to add on some extra nights in look, it's not cheap, a more family-friendly resort. It's only a 30-minute ferry from the mainland to Daydream. If you're going to Hamilton Island, you're going to go via Daydream anyway. It's kind of halfway. Daydream Island has its own living reef as part of the resort. So you literally have breakfast and you've got like sharks and fish and stuff swimming past you. Like, it's really cool. And again, it costs extra, but you can do an experience where you actually go snorkeling in the living reef. Incredible. They've got an underwater observatory. You could literally just go down there and they've got like mats and bean bags. You can just lie there and, just chill with the fish and feel like you're underwater with them. It's really amazing as well. Yep, Jeff?
So you're able to catch the ferry and just go like and do a day trip on these islands?
So you can to Hamilton Island, but you can no longer do day trips to Daydream. You've actually got to stay there overnight. Since COVID, they just don't have the facilities because they're still so under-resourced with staffing since COVID. So you can do day trips to Hamo, no problems, but you cannot do day trips to Daydream. Yeah.
Can you sorry, Kylie, can you just answer Jacob's question there about adding an extra person?
Yeah. What was the question?
The question was, once we make a booking, are we able to add a guest after booking the trip?
Yeah, you can. Just remember, if you book as a single, you're going to have to pay a single supplement. So it's actually going to be cheaper if you can add on your guest straight away. But yes, if you book as a single, you can absolutely do that. You just got to message into customer service. You're also connected to Dom, Jacob, so you could also message Dom. He runs the whole call center, but obviously they'd prefer you to go through customer service. And yeah, you could add on the extra person for sure. Guys, those of you who are a single, this is your opportunity to get excited and share this trip on social media and actually say, hey guys, like I've got this trip. It's a twin share. Who would love to come do this trip with me? And it's a way that once people experience a dream trip, as all of you know that came on the first one to Fraser, once you've been on a dream trip, you don't want to travel any other way because it's freaking amazing. So yeah, perfect way to introduce people to the club. Invite them to come on a trip with you. Oh, Jacob, stop it. You would know lots of people who would love to come on a trip with you. Are you serious? I'm going to reach to the phone and kick your ass. With love. They're all interstate. You know what? They can catch a plane. They can meet you here. It's okay. We've got people coming from overseas. What's that, Jeff?
That's just logistics. Come on.
So Kerry and I laugh all the time. Like Kerry lives in Nabiac. And so we meet up. So last time I saw Kerry was in the Whitsundays. The time before that was in Santorini. The time before that, we were supposed to be in Hawaii, but Kerry ended up, she had to cancel. But like, and now we're going to Punta Cana together. So,
and
at Fraser Island, exactly. So we don't live in the same state. We just catch up in really cool, iconic locations on a dream trip. I love it. I love it. All right. Have we answered everyone's questions? Kath, is there anything else that you can think of that we've missed? We talked about logistics with transfers and the airports, talked about the islands, the land tours, the wet tours.
And guys, just remember, I lived here 30 odd years ago, 20, 30 years ago. I spent a lot of time sailing around the islands. So if anyone's got any specific area or a bit of the history or anything, feel free to reach out to me. If you're not friends with me on Facebook, please add me. That's no problem. And yeah, just it's Kath Barker, by the way, not KB. You won't find me on Facebook under KB. But anyway, yeah. So if anyone's got any specific questions that we can answer for you, either myself or Kylie would be happy to answer any questions. Yeah, I think because there's so much stuff. I've got pages of stuff.
And there's a really awesome book that I have actually purchased. It's $105, but it's my favorite book, 100 Magic Miles. So 100 Magic Miles of the Great Barrier Reef. And this is incredible. Like, it just tells you like everything. There's maps and what to do and, you know, all of the things. So that is just such an incredible book. I have that. It's the newest edition. So, you know, more than happy if you want to have a look at that. But yeah, look, so much to see and do, guys. So we cannot wait to welcome you. Please book it as soon as you can. Share it with your family and friends that you would love to be there. And of course, if you've got any questions, just reach out. But that booking deadline is the 11th of August. It will not be extended. We knew it was a tight deadline. So yeah, make sure you book it like in the next 24 hours if you can. And if you do have any questions, if you want to add any extra, I've popped Georgina's email address in the chat. But yeah, otherwise just reach out to Kath and I and we can always connect you anyway.
We're super excited to welcome you all to the Whitsundays and share our little bit of paradise with you. We can't wait.
We think it's the #1 tourist destination in the world. Unfortunately, it got voted #2, second to Maldives, but we think they got it wrong. And the #2 beach in the world as well is Whitehaven. So you're going to get to experience that and so much more. So it's going to be amazing. And of course, experiencing it as a dream trip where everything's done for you. You've got us as your hosts, as your guides to love you and care for you and make sure you know, have that VIP experience. And the photos that you guys are going to have are going to be memories for the rest of your life. So just cannot wait to see all of you here. My goodness, did we finish before 8 o'clock? That's like a world record.
Particularly when we could keep talking all day about this, right?
I know. And yes, we will share the recording. It will be on YouTube. And as soon as the call's finished, it uploads. It takes about an hour-ish, depending on, you know, how it goes. It'll be up there super soon. All right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in with us tonight for Travel Tuesday. If you're not already a member, get back to the person who shared this with you. And we cannot wait to welcome you to our amazing, high vibe, super fun travel tribe. We'll see you on the next dream trip. Mwah. See you guys. Thanks, KB, for helping. Love you.